Hi guys, so like I promised that I'm gonna do a video for community of traders because I see most people are failing to interrupt the community of traders even though they have good setups, but they're failing to put on the community of traders within their chat. So this video should be helpful, and this is like a different approach for most people who are with me from like the beginning, because from the beginning we used to use the table format, but the chat format should be much easier for everyone because you just focus on the the this column here that we have here. So it's still the same method that you need to come here when you're on the website. So you just need to uncheck everything and leave just the asset manager, then apply it. Okay, then we're looking at euro here. We're looking at the community of traders of euro. So what you need to be looking for now is that you need to be looking for 4 weeks report. Okay, it's like a month report if you're looking at it at that, but 4 weeks report, previous 4 weeks report. So what you need to do is that when you're looking at it, you need to check uh, first. You need to look at your futures market. Okay, so you must go to your futures market and analyze it first, because we're looking at it at a easier approach. You analyze first and then you go to the report. So this is the euro futures market. Okay, because those contracts are future market. So this is the euro future market. So we're going to analyze the daily and the 4 hour here. Daily and 4 hour. So we'll need to look for, I don't know what to use here, but we need to look for the previous trend and then the current trend. So we can start where we have the highest high, and then down here, and then here. Then I can go down here. Then here, then here, then here. I think that will be enough. Let me just try to give it a different color. Yeah, maybe blue. So this was like our down trend here. Okay, so it ended up here, but now we are on this uptrend because we're making highs. So we can expect price to what? To drop somewhere and then continue. Okay, but if it drops and break this, then it means we're going to be starting another new trend. Okay, so let me clear this out. But we are trading with supply and demand order blocks. So what we need to be focused on is that we need to look at the most recent supply and demand. So this will be my most recent area of demand here. This is my most recent area of demand here. And then my most recent area of supply, this one was slightly taken out there. So we're going to take this high and where this momentum is. Because this was like a whole move, then a drop. Okay. So this is where we are currently. Euro is currently inside this daily supply. So we're going to go down to the 4 hour now. These are our two most recent supply and demand areas. So down on the 4 hour, we know who's in control. We know that the the supply is in control. We had this nice area here of a structure break. So this is a structure break. So you know what structure breaks we're talking about. We're talking about where an area was removed. So this is where the area was removed. This area was removed by this downward move. So this could be our, it already been tested, but this is what was going to be our 4 hours. So price has already tested that area. So maybe if you are were looking at Euro, USD, or any other Europe, you could have got maybe a trade on this daily area here. So this is what we have. We have price went up here. Price went up. So we're looking at wherever that price created demand here went up, and then remove that demand, giving us this area of supply, 4 hour supply. So we have a 4 hour supply inside this daily area of so you can choose to trade the 4 hour supply, or you can choose to trade the whole daily area. So meaning that if you're trading the whole daily area, you are trading this whole move. So anywhere here, let me just do this, anywhere from here you can look for confirmations up until this area. But if you're trading the 4 hour, you're going to limit yourself just up to this area, just up to this area. So it's all up to you. So there's nothing wrong with it, but I prefer to just trade everything. If this one fail, I'm going to be looking at the daily. So for this matter, I would rather be looking at the 4 hour here until the price push above it. But already the 4 hour has already filled in some orders, and we can see that price is dropping. So I can expect to see that that drop to continue here. Okay. So now that you've done this, you're going to go to look at what your committee of traders is telling you. 4 weeks data. We're looking at 4 weeks data. So let's go. So our 4 weeks is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is our 4 weeks data. So let's look at what has been happening these 4 weeks. Let's use these. No, let's just use actually the numbers, much easier. So we were at 319.5K long positions, and then we dropped to 376, and then we dropped, no, we rose from 376, we rose to 377, and then we dropped again to 374. Okay, so coming from 390 to 374, this is like a very, very big drop. I don't know how much in percentages this could be, but this is like a very, very big drop, because we are looking from we're coming from 390,000 long position. We are now down at 374. We're now down at 374. So we can conclude that the euro is closing in their long position, right? Closing in their long position. So let's look at what has been happening on the short side. So on the short side, we were 89.8. Then we went to 89.5, not a big drop here. Then 74. So from 89 to 74 is a big drop now. And then 70. So the longs are being closed, and as well as the shorts. So they're closing the longs, they're closing the shorts. Okay, let's look at our traders now. 111, 30 selling, 111 buying, 30 selling. We then had two traders here out and then two traders in. So it probably these two traders decided to jump the short side because we were 30 and now we're 32. And then now more two traders came in on the long side to make it 111. And one trader came in here to make it 33. Two traders out, two traders out, both sides. This makes sense. Price is neutral. Longs are being closed, shorts are being closed. When you look at your structure, what do you see? When you look at your analysis, what do you see? You see that price is on a supply area. So you know when price is on supply, we're not looking to buy. We are looking to sell. We only looking to sell. When we're on supply, we are only interested in selling price. So what you can do here is that, okay, if those longs are being taken out, those longs, if those longs are being taken out and the shorts are being taken out, price is neutral. So whatever that is happening here, whatever that you're going to decide is going to be based on the neutral euro. So euro is neutral, but where you are in structure is that you're on a bearish side. So you should rather be selling here. So if you're going to be taking a trade here, it should be a sell trade. You cannot be buying here. You cannot be buying here. There's no one who's interested in buying at an expensive price. You'd rather be buying down here, but here you cannot be buying. Here you need to be selling. And even if you are looking at this on a traditional way of how how people look at price, is that you can see that you have this low here, this high here, this low here. So this could be the new high, and then we are looking for maybe, just maybe, a low here or even just down here, and then maybe price can come back to an area and create a new area high. Okay, something like that. So here my conclusion would be that price here, we need to be looking to short price. So you analyze the futures market. This is the futures market, so the futures market will mostly look the same as the currency. So if you open Euro USD here, which is what you would be interested to be trading, because you're trading currencies, the Euro USD, you can go to the daily of Euro USD. This is where you have daily demand, and this is where you have the supply. Yes, you could say that maybe you would want to draw it here, but you need to understand that price here was moving. This is the highest high it made. Well, it was bullish here. This is the highest high it made before this drop. You can see after this highest high, price then made another push up, but didn't make a highest high, then dropped. So you can't use that as your highest high. You need to use this as your highest high. So we have that. So down to the 4 hour, let's see what we have here. So this 4 hour here. So the futures market won't always look like this one here. So hidden area here. So you know what hidden areas are. So when you have a bigger candle here, see how big this candle is, big momentum candle, followed by a small candle. So we're not focused on the wick, so we're only focused on the body. So you have this nice peak. Let me just use this. Okay, so that's it. You have this nice big body candle, followed by this small body candle. Just check it out. Yeah, small body candle followed by another big body candle. So this gives us this area as a hidden area of demand. So this hidden area was taken out by this move down, then tested. So this is that 4-hour area that we were talking about on the futures market. So this 4-hour area would be something like this. Get rid of this. So this will be a 4-hour area. So now you can, if you're not yet on this trade, you can wait for price to come back to this trade, to this area here, then you can look for your entries. Okay, if you're not on a trade here, because if, let me just open the hourly traditional ways. So the hourly last demand will be here, which is what was taken out, and then the area is up here. So you wouldn't have been on this trade because price did slightly went up but didn't come back to that area, didn't get to your entries if you're looking at the 1 hour. So you can still look for price to come back to this area or create a new 4-hour area here as it drops, and then look for entries from that area. Okay, so there were some questions even if can I enter trade on the 4-hour? Yes, you can. You can see that this is just 18 pip, so you can enter the trades using the same confirmation. Though you need to be using the same confirmation, so you can take trades on the 4-hour as long as the order block is still less than 30 pip. So remember that we want an order block to be less than 30 pip. So if it is, you can see here it's 18.8, it's very, very less. So you can take trades there. And if you did, you can be on the trade, so you can do it. It's not wrong. You can use the 4-hour as your entry. Just that most of the time, the 4-hour will still have so many pips on the order block. Can have like 40 or more, or even 50. So you can take trades there if the pips are less than 30. Okay, so this is the conclusion. This is what is going on with them. This is what is going on with the with euro. So you check the euro, you understand what's going on with the euro, so you can jump in on this trade the euro. Whatever that is happening with the dollar, it shouldn't concern you here, because here you are on supply. You are on supply here, so your focus is to sell. When you're on supply, your focus is to sell. Okay, so let's look at another example here on something. I was doing 80. Okay, let's look at pound. Let's look at pound. So pound, we're gonna come to pound here. Pound futures. Yeah, the pound futures. Daily area. A nice drop here, but price picked up. So what do we have? Last demand is here. So this is where our last demand is. Very nice area here. Supplies are the obvious. It's kept out down here, but This is where our supply is. Drop, base, drop. Drop, base, drop area. So we haven't arrived in the area yet. And who is in control? Because this is fresh, this is fresh. So we need to know who is in control. It's unlike what is going on Euro. We know that supply is in control, but here we don't know who is in control. So we're definitely gonna look for another area here to see who is in control. So this supplier is not in control, of course, but this demand here is definitely in control. It's a bit choppy, but if I'm drawing it, I will draw it from this low to where this momentum started. So we know that the one who is in control here is demand. But you want to be a seller, that you want to be a buyer down here. But we already a buyer, so we can go to the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour we're going to look for where we have for our demands. So our 4 hour demand is just down here. We're gonna end up having so many lines. Just need to focus, go a minute by a minute on the video. This is where the 4 hour demand is. Let's even give it a different color. It's not really visible, but yeah, this is where our 4 hour area is of demand. So let's see what is going on with the COT. Price was at 68,000 selling, increased their selling to 74,000. So they increased them very hard. Just closed them to 70, closed at about 4 point something, and then closed them again, closed about 8K here this time, closed them again to 62. So they're closing in their shorts very, very much. And what are they doing to their longs? Longs, they were at 45, they closed to 40, so they closed about 5,000, then increased to 44, they increased again, then stayed at around 44. Okay, so they increased, they closed 5K and opened another 4K. So still what we can say about this one is that they dropped, but now they're looking to go up. And here they rose and dropped. Okay, so closing short is what we can say, closing short, and then increasing price. So what can you do here on pound? On pound, you can take trades here, which is going to be the trades which are going with the cut. So when the market gets down here, you can look at and okay, take those trades. So this will come down to, what do I do if I have a nice setup here? This one is, see, there's a nice area here of supply. 4 hours. So because people would ask me this, there's a 4 hour area here which is nice. Can I take a trade from it because it looks good? Nope. Taking a trade from that area would mean that, okay, counter trend trades, I do accept them. Yes, you can take counter trend trades, but from my perspective, this area is nice, but this area here, this area that you want to go short from, you cannot take a trade because we're looking at the futures market, right? You cannot sell based on the pound futures market because pound futures market is telling you to buy. But here's the correct way to take counter trend trade. Okay, here's the correct way. That's like I'm saying, this is a very good area, but the correct way to take counter trend trade is to go. Let's go to, because we know what's going on here. So let's go to GBP USD. You see where we're going. GBP USD. It's important. We're looking at GBP, but now we want to GBP USD. Okay. What is going on with GBP USD? Same thing. We're going to have this very same levels here. Daily. Okay. So price here is also doing what? Similar to what's going on. Making a high. We can get a high, maybe low here, and the price can continue up there. So we are there now. Let's look. We know we're in control. We know that the daily demand is in control of price. Let's go back to our yellow color. We don't have any 4-hour area here, so we're just gonna focus on that. So now we have this 4-hour area. Okay, I would love to take it down to this momentum candle where many sellers start to come in. It's this candle here. You could say this, but this is also bigger than all the rest of these other candles. So this is your 4-hour area. So now let's go to that question again. Can I take a trade here if there's this nice area here? Yes, now you can, because now you're looking at GBP USD. But now you know what is going on with GBP futures. GBP futures are very bullish. But what is going on with the dollar futures? So here you're going to take trades according to what's going on with the dollar futures. So if the dollar futures are telling you that, okay, the dollar is long, you can see here, this is DXY. Just open it. It's just showing the price is going up. So dollar is long. That should push pound down, right? So the dollar is long with okay. On the charts, there's not much sign of which demand is actually in control here. The daily. It's not much that showing which demand is in control here on the daily. But on the futures, we know that the dollar is very long on the futures. If you check, let's go to see what's going on with the dollar. So remember, this is how you check the dollar here if you need to really get it. So the dollar is at around how much? So we're gonna come down here to current contracts. We're not gonna go to the whole 4 weeks because it's gonna take a bit of time. But we're just gonna go to this week and the first week of the 4 weeks. So dollar with the dollar here. There is our dollar. Asset manager long versus short. So we're at about 10,000 longs and 7,000 shorts. So where were we the previous weeks? Where were we? We're at 10,000 versus 7,000. So the previous weeks, those who took the lessons just recently knows that the dollar has been on this long bias. So the previous week will be this one, and then it's going to be this one. So this will be like the third week, second week, first week, because 1, 2, 3, 4 by that one that we just checked, the recent one, which was, I think it was the 13th. Yeah, it was the 13th, the date, I think it was the 13th. So this one we're gonna come down, or is it this, the very same section, which is financial. Then I want you to see what was going on with the dollar. Look at them. they've been increasing their position, or those other weeks that we're not checking, they've been increasing. They went to about 7, then they went to 9, now they're at 10, right? So I mean, here on the longs, they were at 5 the first week, and the second week they went to about 7, I think, and then the third week they went to about 9, and then now the fourth week they're at 10. So what is the dollar doing? Increasing their long position and closing their short positions. Okay, so what does that mean when it comes to that question that you ask? Can I take a counter trend trade? Yes. Now you can take a counter trend trading because you know that the dollar is strong, and you know that you are on, if the dollar is strong and you are on a, just go back to that, on pound, you are on this area, you can look to go short to, while you're going to these areas, because you also believe that this is the highest high the price made, and price is going to make a new low before going up again. So here you can go down to look for your areas. This is not very good area here. Maybe something, this is very nice, it looks good. So if you're taking that trade, you were going to look at this trade and be like, okay, this area here, which was taken out, yes, and just taken out by this whole move down. So this whole move down, I need to see where this nice, this is not a nice candle here. So the way this nice candle could be here, the high and this one, copy my areas. If I'm looking at this on the 30 minutes, so you know, when I check how many pips it is, just to confirm if, so price already tried to counter that area, but didn't really do you justice, didn't even give you the entry. But yes, qualifies 20.9 pip, qualifies. But price didn't come back to that area. But that is the area that you could have looked at to get into the trade. And if you took that area, you would have been on the money nicely here, because it was going, you were going to be at around, by this time you're going to be at around 24 pip, 27, yeah, 21, 22, 20, I mean 20, it was 20.9, right? So just 24, just 24. So you could have been in the money just around 2% already, but your targets, what would I have targeted again? I would have targeted this area here, the structure area here, because there's no proper low, but even this one I would target. So this would have been where I'm going to get out for how much? 4%, 4.8%. This area here was going to give me 4.8%. Okay. If I was on that trade, if I was filled in on that trade. So you saw how you take counter trend trade. I showed you how you take counter trend trade. So like I said, let me repeat. If you're looking at GBP/USD and you are seeing an area where you can take a counter trend trade, you must analyze the other pair if the GBP/USD isn't on. But if GBP was telling you to sell, if we looked at GBP here, if we looked at GBP here and we saw that GBP is telling us that they're selling, but you can see that they're closing their shorts. So it means that they want to buy. But if it was telling us to sell, this was not going to be like a counter trend trade. It was going to be like you're following the rules. But this is a counter trend trade, which means that you are using the USD report here to take this kind of trades. So that is how, and that is the easier way that you can look at the COT report. So go through this and watch it over and over. Don't watch it once, because I know people wants to watch once, then start to trade. Don't watch it and understand it, then start to look for those trades. Okay.